What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 34 of the Good Kraken podcast. I've got a truly... I'm one of your hosts, Ernell Pearson, alongside the inevitable one, Devin Stanford. Oh, god damn it, you did the uwu! And the Crimson Chin himself, Garrick Eakin.
Bro, I'm tired.
Yeah, I feel it, dude. Devin, how's your weekend been, my guy?
A lot of video games. A lot of
video games.
And I did some guitar tracking for my band Banishment on Sunday, and it was some final tracking, and
And
Bro, what am I even looking at right now? Mouth fucking that can, bro. Just
Amos, where you going?
Look, we came in here ready to fucking party. You know what I mean? That's what we do. That's what we do in here. Garrick, how was your weekend, my dude? I heard you're in a lot of pain the past few days.
Dude, I am. I'm like low-key dying of pancreatitis or something.
Did you just say Loki?
Loki, yeah, like Loki.
Glorious
yeah, so like,
purpose.
yeah, so your glorious purpose is to be in pain. I got you.
Yeah, precisely. But I played a lot of video games this weekend, honestly. Like a lot. Like it was pretty much from when I woke up till when I went to bed. Video games.
I love that for you.
It was good.
So much.
I kind of needed it. Like it was recharging in a way.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that, especially when you're in like a medical issue. So like being
dude, I literally just like sat in my little blanket like on my computer. I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna fucking do this all day. Like I'm not.
With the amount of pain that you're in, because we were just talking about it off camera, but you're going through some pancreatitis issues right now that got you suffering. So what's our status on that? What are we looking at as far as you not dying anytime soon?
Status. Kidding, sorry.
Boy, we are not having that argument right now.
No, the fuck we are not, Devin, Mr. Ooh Woo ass.
They're trying to get me on these like. This is how I understood it, at least. It's like synthetic, like pancreatic enzymes, and to like try to make my pancreas like the little pancreas that could, so I don't like become a diabetic.
Turn you into a synthetic android. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yep. I am actually the next Marvel superhero.
Oh, I fucking knew it. I
don't know what my powers are gonna be yet, but it's coming.
Crimson Vision. Or are you actually going to turn into the Crimson Chin?
I just will be. I can feel it. The Crimson Chin.
The Crimson Chin is
coming. And the reason it'll be crimson, it'll just
imagine having a chin that's like 18 inches long. Just like not your beard, but just an actual chin. You remember that character? He's just.
Well, I love you had almost exact measurements.
The
butt chin, I feel like would be fierce.
Yeah. What if it's like
fierce
not a whole solid chin?
Fierce,
what if it's like two just like butt cheek chins that you could stick your hand in the middle of?
Hold on. So you're saying that
you're like, hold on, I can hold a quarter betwixt my chin cheeks.
Yeah. Like how people post pictures like on Instagram of them holding beer cans with their butt cheeks.
So you're saying use two butt chins, separate butt chins, to create one
not separate
larger butt chin.
So not two separate ones, but like the crease is so like it's like the Mariana Trench of butt chins.
It was deep.
Yeah.
It was a
deep and
cleft.
tight. Deep and tight. It's got dimples. Its own dimples, like new dimples.
Today we're talking about Ubisoft shit in the bed, Disney pissing off cinema, the gaming nostalgia uprising, and much, much more, because these fucking assholes are a part of the Good Kraken podcast, a show for nerdy, marginalized people, giving you the video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. If you're watching live, you can submit questions and topics at tinyurl.com/GK submissions to be a part of the show. If you're having a good time so far, you can watch us record this show live and ad-free by following and subscribing right here at twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing content out for all of you at home, listening or watching. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can catch our episodes on your podcast service of choice at 8 a.m. the next day. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the About section of our Twitch page and clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. We got Xander in the chat. Okay, back to vacation.
He's gone.
Xander, you motherfucker. You're supposed to be on vacation. I told you like 3 times. Be on vacation.
Ernell.
What?
He has a phone. People go on their phones on vacation.
Do they? Do they, though?
I do.
You know what I mean? When I'm on vacation, I go to like an isolated like island where not even like birds are breathing. You know what I mean? Like, long story short, I take vacations in nuclear waste pits. Is what I'm trying to say.
Why are the birds breathing?
Because I was gonna say that's a fucking lie, because I don't even know the last time you took a vacation.
I love it. We got the Vandal in the chat. I feel like that's kind of a new name. What's happening, dude? Thanks for coming in.
Vandal's the homie. He's one of Xander's boys. He plays Halo, just like you should play Halo with us. Hey, Garrick, do you want to play Halo with us?
Dude, fuck Halo. Fuck Halo.
Thank you, Garrick. Thank you.
Fuck Halo.
You, Devin.
Fucking
Fuck you, Xander.
You want to know when I played Halo last? I played Halo last when it was like on like the Xbox.
You played Halo and you got mad because some 14-year-old kid whipped your ass, and then you uninstalled the game.
Wow, you're being very dude bro alpha male about Halo right now. I don't know if I like it.
Okay, Chad. So you want to know why I don't play Halo? Because I never even played the multiplayer ever. I've literally played the campaign on like the first 3 games like once, and that was it. That was my full Halo experience.
Here's my deal. Here's my deal. Okay, before we start getting into actual big things here, I don't actually hate Halo. I just have no reason to spend my precious time playing it when Halo Infinite's gonna come out, and then I'll have a reason to play it.
That's right.
Then.
Well, if you think about it in this context, you have to get good, so when Infinite comes out, you don't just immediately uninstall it when you start playing the game against a bunch of people who play the game.
Here's the deal, though, my guys. You, of Good Kraken, you are the only one who gives a shit about being good. I can play a game and suck ass all night and be just fine. Oh my god, I hate it. Speaking of being first and or last,
smell sweaty in here.
Our Loki spoiler cast that we did on Saturday and released, quote unquote, on Sunday is a little bit delayed on Apple Podcasts. Apple's been having some weird tech issues on their podcast back end of things, and so I'm hoping that when we push this episode, it'll force push the Loki episode out. But you can still catch it on Spotify. You can still catch on just about every single other podcast service that you enjoy the most. So go catch that there. It was a fun episode. We did 2.5 hours, our longest episode yet, of just pure bullshit. About Loki. It was great. It was grand. It was our glorious purpose for that day. It was wonderful.
Glorious purpose.
I fucking loved it. Oh, alligators masturbating, man. I'm telling you. So, alongside we have one more episode of a gameplay stream for Sea of Thieves, and that is this Thursday. Please come in.
I have a question, actually.
Jesus Christ. Here we go. Okay.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to play The Ascent?
Yes, no, The Ascent's next Thursday, dickhead.
It comes out this Thursday.
No, it doesn't. It comes out the 29th.
Really?
Yeah, the 29th.
Oh. 29th. Yeah, it was like the 29th or the 27th, I thought.
29th.
I'm gonna go check real quick. Give me a second.
Go check while I finish up our plan of work here. So, with that said, a little extra reminder, please, that includes you, Vandal, who's watching live. We love you, by the way. Please, for Christ's sake, go rate and review our podcast. We would love you forever. The beauty of this is that podcasts don't really get seen unless they have engagement on the podcast, right? So having reviews, having ratings and stuff on the podcast pushes that engagement just a little bit further for other people to run into that podcast. And we would very much greatly appreciate you coming in and even if you just say it sucks, even if you just say you fucking hate it, that big brown asshole on the left is just grinding. Did he say alligators masturbating? 1 star. 1 star, right? And I'm fine with that. What, Devin? What?
Can I say something?
Yes.
You can say whatever you want in the comments when you leave a review, but you need to tell everybody that Brevin the Dude is a fucking 5-star man, okay? All right? I'm a 5-star man.
That's why he wants to be good at video games.
I'm a 5-star man.
Oh my God. I love it. In the meantime, Mr. 5-star man, can you hit me with some of that Nolan?
Going for
we fucking nailed it. I love it, dude. I love it. So we are starting out with our very first mini segment of the show called Little Waves. And this is a collection of smaller news segments here that we didn't feel were big enough for us to really justify putting in our headlining news segments here for bigger discussion. So first off, we have Ubisoft delays Rainbow Six Extraction and Riders Republic once again, pushing them to January 2022. I'm fine with that. Game is being delayed is fine. They get delayed, they get better. Sometimes.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
We just got new consoles. There's no actual real next-gen games for new consoles besides Death's Door.
Which we'll be getting into later on.
Exactly.
Delays aren't a death sentence anymore, so
no, they're not.
It's all good.
It's a positive thing in my eyes.
Yeah.
Especially after these last couple years. Yeah.
What was that, Garrick?
It just means they want to polish the game more.
Yeah.
Like, we're cool with it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Our next one, Marvel's Blade finally found its director, who is Bassam Tariq. The interesting part about this one is that Bassam Tariq is actually a indie film director, and this is going to be his first time filming a large property like this. And this is not the first time Marvel's done that, so I have faith that he has a really good team to help him back up on some of this stuff. Blade's gonna be lit. We got Mahershala Ali coming in here and paying his taxes, unlike Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Oh yeah. For real though, actually.
Next up, we got Gamer Share Company apologizes for bad tweets and promises to do better. With an update, the social media person for this company got fired. So there is a company that I'm not going to name because their name does not fucking matter. I do not want to give them that attention because they kind of fucked up here. Had their social media manager posting up memes, video game memes, that were very misogynistic and fucking stupid. Yeah, that's kind of like all really there is to say about that.
Don't be an asshole.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Yeah, no, they thankfully had fired the fucking guy who put out these stupid dumbass memes that sent everyone going through. And yeah, thank God. I'm hoping that they take steps to make sure that shit like that doesn't happen again. In the meantime, other things that might happen again. Neo, The World Ends With You leaks 10 days early via the Square Enix store. So what happened is that some digital copies of the Switch version of this game that were pre-ordered, some people were able to download and play it 10 days early. Something went wrong in the back end of things, and a bunch of people got to play this game way early, and that's totally fine.
You know what happened?
Good for them.
They were trying to allocate their servers for Final Fantasy 14, and someone left a gateway open.
Wait, really?
I don't know. I was just trying to.
You're being a 5-star man. You're being a 5-star man. I hope you know, Devin. I hope you know now that you're no longer the inevitable one. You've upgraded yourself to the 5-star man. I hope you know that.
I'm not the inevitable one anymore. I'm the 5-star. Okay, I'll be the 5-star man.
we earn our titles here, okay? And Devin
I'm the 5-star man.
inadvertently earned himself that fucking title in my book. I'm down. Next up, Apex Legends next character is a micro drone wielding legend called Seer. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for this.
Nope.
Cool. So
Not
yeah,
an Apex
trailer
guy.
for the new character announcement. What it was done by one of the animating teams from Love, Sex, and Robots.
Oh fuck!
And it looks dope. It looks extra dope. I know nothing about this character. I didn't see the details that they dropped today too much, but it looked cool. I'm down to take a look into it and see what that update is looking like. Skate 4 developer assures everyone is still making Skate 4. So they made this announcement that Skate unfortunately was not going to be taking part of the next EA play that was right around the corner, and they did release a little bit of a sort of like behind the scenes like trailers showing some of the mocap that was happening in production of the game. That was kind of cool. They also sort of weirdly name dropped where they were like, we let some people check out some of the stuff behind the scenes, and who's the people? It's these people. And it was like LeBron and like just random people. I was like, none of you are skaters. Why do you give a shit about this?
Like, you want to know why?
Nobody cares.
EA money.
Yeah,
EA money.
They just had a name drop.
They called
guess
LeBron.
what?
They're like, hey, you just want to come look at this random skateboarding video game? He's like, oh yeah, I'm free this Wednesday. Like, book it.
You know what? They didn't have me. A 5-star man.
Jesus Christ.
On there.
Jesus Christ. Moving on to the next one. Warframe will get crossplay, cross progression, and a mobile port. So I don't know how long it's been since you guys played Warframe, but I haven't played it in actual fucking years. But I'm hearing this update is pretty fire. So you might have to take a look at that sometime soon because
I never played it. Never played Warframe ever.
I mean, it's basically
it's good.
It's Destiny Light, so it's like
yeah.
But
that's why though, because I was hardcore into Destiny. Like that was my life for a couple years.
If you were into Destiny and were pretty religiously playing, I feel like a lot of people missed out on Warframe, and it's also hard to transition from one to the other.
Oh, Vandal in the chat with a hot take and yet somehow better than Destiny. I don't know if I'll take that. In some details, I can maybe make an argument for that, because Destiny does have some things that it could have done better. Destiny 2 specifically.
Absolutely. Destiny at the end of it, like once they did Rise of Iron, that game was actually perfect. It really was. Yeah. And then Destiny 2, especially after sunsetting all the content that people like me paid for.
And me.
Get the fuck out of here, Bungie.
And Garrick.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know all three of us were on the. Me and Garrick did a whole ass raid together, dude. Like that.
Yeah.
We did a lot of shit for that game in the beginning cycles of its. God damn it.
I probably spent close to $300 on that game between Xbox and PC because I bought it on both. So I could play with my friends on both, especially since it had cross progression.
Yeah.
And I bought the DLC on both. And they just fucked me. That's all they did.
Yeah, well,
that's all Bungie did.
You probably shouldn't be spending $300 on video games, so let's be real.
Shut the fuck up.
I know.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about
it.
You don't even get me started, dude.
I definitely spent like $250 on like the collector's edition of Black Flag when it came out, so I can't talk shit.
That was between two different editions of the games on two different platforms with all the DLC content, though. So it's like...
Yeah, I get you. We'll maybe take a look at Warframe.
It's not like I have a statue sitting on the shelf that's irrelevant now because 8 other games came out.
Okay, you're getting a flex alert. There you go. There you go. Yep, you're getting flex alert. Anyways, so our last little wave story here. Fall Guys Season 5 arrives this week, actually today, and brings the chaos of the jungle. This new season is a jungle theme. And I wish Fall Guys would just hurry the fuck up and do crossplay, because I have friends that I want to play Fall Guys with, that I also want to play with you guys for. And Yeah, they can't do that because they're on PS4, and most of us are on Xbox or PC or what have you. And I'd like all of us to be able to do this as a group, So
I'm a PS4 guy, so I can't play. Like, I really want to be able to play Fall Guys again, but like my PS4 homies don't play anymore. And I'm not rebuying it because for free on PlayStation the first time. I'm not spending $20 on it now.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I played it on my PS4, so like I want to make sure all my shit is able to carry over. When I just need that cross progression, that crossplay to come through, and they're working on it. In the meantime, some other things that are being worked on right now is actually this weird fucking Ubisoft announcement that we got the other day. So this is Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, and The Division merge into Ubi's 6v6 free-to-play FPS X Defiant. This comes from Matt Wales from Eurogamer, and it reads like this. Ubisoft has unveiled its previously teased quote, new Tom Clancy game, revealing it to be X Defiant, a 6v6 free-to-play first-person shooter that just, as leaks suggested, mashes up factions from Ghost Recon, The Division, and Splinter Cell. In its announcement video, Ubisoft calls X Defiant a, quote, high-octane arena shooter, playable solo or with friends, that features a irreverent and rebellious take on the normally serious Clancy vibe, alongside realistic gunplay and personalized classes in the form of factions. Each faction is set to offer its own gameplay and team dynamics, as well as unique passive traits, ultras, and abilities that will change the moment-to-moment gameplay. Players will be able to mix and match any faction, loadout, and weapon. Ubisoft promises an arsenal of authentic weapons and attachments, and these can all be switched at will during a respawn. Initially, X Defiant will feature 4 factions inspired by maverick groups from across Ubisoft's Tom Clancy games. Ghost Recon's Wolves, for instance, are a tank-style class with access to higher health and shield-based abilities, while Splinter Cell's Echelon are a support-style class, all about hiding information from the enemy and giving more to teammates. As for The Division, it's represented by 2 factions. The Cleaners are a fire-based high DPS assault class, while the Outcasts are the healer class. I want to pause here for a second. Devin, these details so far about the gameplay of the game, what is going to be happening in the game, does this move the needle for you?
Yes. It does.
Okay.
Actually.
All right. We will get into it with more detail afterwards here, because I'm gonna shit all over you.
That's fine. I have my points. I do have my points. Okay, but continue.
All right. I got you. All factions include a number of different selectable characters known as Defiants, each with their own set of skins that players can use to customize their appearance. Ubisoft says it'll continue to add new Defiants, factions, abilities, maps, modes, and more as the game evolves. X Defiant, which is being led by Ubisoft's San Francisco studio, is still early in development, but interested parties can sign up now to participate in the game's early rollout phases. These closed tests will begin for PC players in US and Canada on the 5th of August and will initially feature 10 maps, 7 standard arena maps supporting 3 different modes, domination, ringleader, and upload, and 3 linear maps playable in either escort and zone control modes. Eventually, X Defiant will be available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, PC, Amazon Luna, and Stadia, with full crossplay expected at launch. Devin, before I dive into you, I want to move over to Garrick for a second. Okay? Because me and Garrick kind of loosely had a conversation about this on Twitter for a moment. Yeah. Garrick, what does this do for you?
Bro, I'm gonna fucking forget this game got announced by the end of the week.
You guys also hate Halo, so.
But I like arena shooters and I like hero shooters. Like, I play Overwatch and Paladins, not so much Valorant, but like I like the genre. It just feels like a cop-out, bro. Like, there's so many other like good IPs they have under their belt that they could be working on. Like, it's just so trendy. It's just trendy.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, like, for you, Garrick, what do you think you would need from this to be sold on it?
I would obviously, like, there's not a lot on it at the moment, but if I got class breakdowns and I decided that the moment-to-moment gameplay was fresh enough that I could enjoy it in the same way I would Overwatch or Paladins, I would probably try it. I mean, I'll probably give it a try anyways, just because I mean it is going to be a free to play game. I just I don't see myself sticking around with it very long, just because it's like those like that genre's not really my vibe most of the time. But I like the Tom Clancy games. Like I fucking love Ghost Recon and the Division. And so like the way they're choosing to go about classes by bringing in like different NPCs and heroes in the game interests me. It's just gonna all depend on what they play like. And and how the characters move in the game is gonna be a really big deal for me.
Well, it looks better than Valorant, so I'm with you on that.
That's fair. I mean, I feel like Valorant's sort of a like acquired taste, right? Because that gameplay style in that game is so very specific. Shooters like that are a dime a dozen, which is why like games that have gameplay like shooting mechanics like that are typically like very niche. But with that said, though, Devin, what's your input on this? You say you have a lot to say. You say you have some insight on this. What do you have to say about this catastrophe?
So I don't really look at it as a catastrophe. I look at it as an opportunity, because people like me who grew up playing a lot of Tom Clancy games, this is just putting a lot of them together into a space of a game like Call of Duty that I already do play almost every year. You know what I mean? Okay. And it's going to be free to play. It's literally like you have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to spend $70 on this game to try it. I like competitive shooters. I do. I know they're the chads of the video game world, but like, let's be real. Like when they're fun, they're actually really fun. And when you're with a group of people, it's really fun. It looks like this is going to add an aspect of like the hero type of gameplay in the shooter, but it's going to be more on a grounded base, where it's not going to be like crazy abilities like you have in like Destiny or Valorant or Overwatch. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a bit more grounded, where it's going to be based off of equipment. More so. I am actually into this personally. I kind of got a little bit excited. My one downside to this, here we are getting more Splinter Cell content, and we still don't have a new Splinter Cell game that's been announced. And the last Splinter Cell game came out in the Xbox 360 era. So here we are going on almost a decade without a Splinter Cell game.
I had a homie that brought up a good point about why we probably haven't gotten a Splinter Cell game, and it's likely because the original actor who did the motion cap for the character just maybe isn't interested in reprising the role, and they haven't wanted to recast him.
Yeah, that could be it, but like at the same time, you're fucking Ubisoft. Like, you have money. Like, you could get a new fucking actor. They could reboot the series. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think Garrick's more so insinuating that like they don't want to replace him. Like, they want him to come back.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
Yeah.
Although I'm not
like
entirely
how Indiana
sold.
Jones is only like Harrison Ford.
Can I say this?
Right.
The idea of a Fortnite like Assassin's Creed is way more unappealing to me than this.
Okay, well, hold on though. I feel like you're holding more onto that Fortnite part of that announcement that they made more than you are about the GTA part. Because it hit to me more like they were leaning into the open worldness and gameplay style of GTA rather than the Fortnite. I think the Fortnite was just saying that like you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be playing this game simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean,
gotcha.
I haven't seen that yet though.
I mean, none of us have.
I've seen gameplay of this though. I've seen a trailer for this.
Yeah.
I have an idea how this is gonna play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And to tell you the truth, their gunplay looks better than Black Ops Cold War.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the Division. I was gonna say eat my ass.
No. I mean, yes, it is better than the Division. Let's be real. I mean, you in this game you get actual iron sights and scopes. In the Division, you don't.
For sure,
really, you get scopes, but you don't get iron sights. Destiny's a looter shooter, and you get iron sights and scopes.
Hold on, Garrick. You cut out for a little bit when you said that. What did you say?
Oh, I just said the reason like the gunplay is so different in Divisions because it's a cover shooter.
Of course. I mean, like it's I guess my take on this really is that I'm not defending it or attacking it because I don't really know much yet. I'm just more bitter that it wasn't a Splinter Cell announcement. And I'm secondly bitter at the fact that they keep giving us just random Tom Clancy mix-up bullshit when we just want another Splinter Cell. Like, all I wanted was either a Splinter Cell announcement of some kind or Division Heartland. We got neither of those things. Yep. We instead got this weird sort of mishmash of Tom Clancy titles when most of this shit people don't even really give a fuck about. Like, Ghost Recon has an audience, but it's not nearly as big as the audience for, say, Splinter Cell or, say, The Division, arguably. But I feel like nobody really needed this. Like, we already have the games that Devin said. I don't think we needed this.
Yeah, so I just started playing Valorant a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And the gameplay in that game is actually atrocious. So the fact that that game gets as popular as it is, when it's as atrocious as it is, in my opinion, because it is not a fluid multiplayer game at all. It's gotten to the point where I've played it, and I'll be honest, like, I'm not the greatest at that game, but I'm not bad at that game. Like, I'm never at the bottom of the leaderboard. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that really matters.
And I'm saying that in the sense, like, I'm not having a bad time because I'm not doing good. I'm having a bad time because the gameplay is clunky and tanky, and you have to stop to shoot people and stuff like that. It's not fluid in any way. You know, it's a bunch of people hiding in corners, peeking around the edge of a doorway, and just standing still and just go pop, 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 pop. And that's annoying to me. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say atrocious is the word for that, though. Like, I mean, like, obviously,
it is, though.
Obviously,
in this
okay, but here's the deal, though. Here's the deal, though, right? So it's like, obviously, that's just up for perception. So it's like, what you call atrocious is what literally a good million players who play Valorant a month, period, bottom, like at the lowest, are saying is one of their favorite fucking shooters right now because it's so drastically different from the fast-pacedness that is Apex or that is Call of Duty Warzone. And so, like, you know, even though it's atrocious to you, there's some people that really like that, especially because there's a lot of competitive shooters, especially that level of competitive, that used to play exactly like that. So a lot of people really enjoy that stuff. With this,
Not really. The whole, like, stopping to shoot thing is, like, a first for me in a lot of games. Like, I've been playing competitive shooters since Unreal Tournament, you know, back on the freaking Windows 98 or whatever it was.
Sure, but that was more like a Doom copycat at the time.
It was, but I'm just saying it's like I with games like that, I like more fluidity with it, where it actually, like, feels like you're moving through it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And I know what your preference is on the game. I'm saying that there's about 1.5 million people that would say you're a fucking idiot. And I'm just saying...
It's fine. And those people also play League of Legends.
Yes, so and again, you're right. It is 100% just fine. They can enjoy the game that they want to enjoy. I don't see people who like fast-paced shooters like you, that enjoy games like Apex, like Call of Duty Warzone, like Rainbow Six Siege, that like games like that, or people that enjoy shooters like Valorant and what have old school Medal of Honor, so on and so forth. I don't think either of you were asking for this game. So it's like, who the fuck was asking for this game?
I wasn't asking for it, but I know I'm going to have fun playing it just looking at it. And, you know, we all have our opinions. I don't like Valorant, and Greg Miller doesn't like PC gaming. So,
yeah, but half the time he plays on a fucking PC. Devin, take our second story for me, my friend.
You know, on things we don't like and things other people don't like is piece of shit theater owners are furious that people get to watch movies at home because
cinema.
This is the new age.
We are so aggressive today. Why are we so aggro? Piece of fucking stupid shit. Fucking theater owner bitches. Like,
I didn't say it like that, but, like, let's be real. I'm mad I'm not making money anymore because there's a pandemic out there and people are still worried about it, so they would rather watch a movie at home than go spend $40 at my movie theater. Sorry.
Devin Reed, go on.
This comes from Adele Akers over at IGN. So goes like this, all right? The National Association of Theater Owners has criticized Disney for its decision to simultaneously release Marvel's Black Widow in theaters and on Disney Plus Premier Access. All right. Actually, no, I'm going to continue. Just give me a second. I have something to say at the end of this. According to The Hollywood Reporter, NATO attributed Black Widow's, quote, stunning collapse in its second weekend in theatrical revenues, end quote, to Disney's day-and-date release strategy, which meant the MCU Phase 4 movie was available at home and on the big screen on the same day, July 9th. Ultimately, NATO said this decision undermined Black Widow's box office performance. Quote, despite assertions that this pandemic-era improvised release strategy was a success for Disney and the simultaneously release model, it demonstrates that an exclusive theatrical release means more revenue for all stakeholders in every cycle of the movie's life, end quote. NATO said in a statement provided in a press release this past weekend. However, the following weekend, Black Widow fell to the second spot at the box office, having pulled in a total of $26.3 million in the U.S. for July 16th through 18th weekend. The movie's box office total suffered a 67% decline, which THR noted as, quote, one of the biggest drops ever for a Marvel title and the worst among the Marvel Cinematic Universe films released by Disney. Black Widow failed to secure his second weekend at number one after being slam dunked by LeBron James, Bugs Bunny, in the Toon Squad in Space Jam: A New Legacy, which is also available on HBO Max. The sequel to 1997's Space Jam earned $31.7 million in the U.S. box office, with a further $23 million coming in overseas for a global of $54.7 million. Oh, I have so much to say about this. Quote, the many questions raised by Disney's limited release of streaming data opening weekend are being rapidly answered by Black Widow's disappointing and anomalous performance. NATO stated, the most important answer is that simultaneously release is a pandemic-era artifact that should be left to history with the pandemic itself, end quote. NATO also considered how much revenue will be lost to piracy, saying, quote, Black Widow was the most torrented movie over the week ending July 12th, end quote. All right, I'm tired of saying that. Because pristine digital copies became available within minutes of release on Disney+. They highlighted this as being another factor that has no doubt affected Black Widow's box office performance. Okay. Can I say some things real quick?
I was about to go off. All right, go ahead.
All right. These people are fucking mad because they're not making money. This movie did way more than Space Jam did in its first weekend of the box office, and they're trying to use Space Jam against Black Widow on its second weekend, when I guarantee you Space Jam is going to have an even further decline next weekend because it's also on HBO Max. Now, here's my other point. We've had Godzilla. We've had so many other movies come out on HBO Max, and not once did we see an article like this come out. You want to know why? It's because they know Disney is making a shit ton of money off of Premier Access, and they're mad that they're not fucking making it. So this is why I call them piece of shit theater owners, because they're pissed off that people aren't going to their theaters while people are still getting vaccinated, and we're still dealing with the pandemic, and there's new variants coming out, and maybe people don't want to go to your theater and spend $40 at the movie theater. And this is the future. Movies need to be available to people at home. It's called accessibility. And to those theater owners, I'm on one tonight, and I have no apologies, so fuck you.
Before we jump over to Garrick, I just want to I just want to give Devin a hand. Here, because that is the most visceral reaction I've had you have over a news headline in our 34 episodes now, good Kraken. So you've been officially initiated
a 5-star man
into the you're a 5-star man. You're now a 5-star man, I guess we could say. Garrick, what are your thoughts on this, my dude?
Bro, this is fucking stupid. First off, fuck their stakeholders. Like, nobody cares. Like, dude, okay. maybe Black Widow wasn't worth seeing twice, which was what a lot of Marvel viewers would go do in theaters, like pre-pandemic. People were going to go see like Marvel Cinematic Universe films like repeatedly, and like there's no need to do that now. That's going to create a huge influx in viewership and like theater foot traffic. Everybody can go see it at home now. So they're like, all right, I've seen it in theaters. I've got that silver screen experience. If I want to watch it again, I'm not going back. I'll get it at home.
I went and saw it in theaters.
And getting it home, getting it at home will still be cheaper.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is I saw it in theaters, and then I watched it 2 more times since then on Disney Plus. So
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
Like they need to be available at home, and like also like this is not how did they phrase it?
Hold on, Devin, put your fucking hand down. You spoke plenty. Give him a fucking minute to finish. All right.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
God. What is it? It was like I'm trying to find the quote.
Oh, from the news article?
The artifact quote, yes.
Oh yeah, it was saying that
how did they phrase it?
NATO also considered how much revenue will be lost to piracy. Let's see.
They essentially said that
they said it was a relic.
Yeah, films are a pandemic relic. It's an artifact.
Yeah, that.
And like, fuck you, the pandemic is still happening.
Garrick, go.
Because you want to know what? Sometimes I just don't want to go to the movie theater. Like, I don't want to have to, like, I live with crippling social anxiety. So sometimes that means I want to watch that really good movie from my bed, bro. Like, I don't want to go spend $40 at the movie theater. Like, I want to click the remote on, hit 4 buttons, type in my PIN to make the purchase, and then enjoy my 2.5 hours alone. Like, I don't want to have to do it in smelly, sweaty, cold, sticky fucking movie theaters.
Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating and cold? Why are you sweating? What is wrong with you?
You ever had you never had cold?
They put Junior Mints inside of.
Yeah, when I had appendicitis, or like when.
Cold sweats when I was near death. He is dealing with some shit right now. He is dealing with some shit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I got the cold sweats, bro. Like, I don't know. It's a movie theater thing for me. Don't fucking judge.
Continue, Garrick. Continue.
But like, I think that like the notion that it's a relic is just absolutely asinine. This is literally the progress of films. Like, big film needs to change. People need to understand that like Marvel cinema, it's like or just like big cinema period. Like, it's not like this huge, grandiose, magical thing. It's a fucking job. Like, actors aren't superheroes. Like, they're just people. And so, like, if the industry needs to change to reflect that and stop lining a bunch of, like, greedy fat white dudes' pockets, like, then good.
Yeah. No, Devin, hold on. Hold the fuck up.
It's important.
All right, wait. Say it real quick.
I just want to point out that they were trying to leverage Space Jam's earnings over the weekend over Black Widow's second weekend. Space Jam earned a total of $54.7 million globally, including the domestic market, where Black Widow on its opening weekend earned $158 million globally. Fuck off. They literally made $104 million more, and you're gonna cry about it? Like, come on.
I think really the only input that I really have on this is, like, I understand the hesitancy to want to completely support this, because this is going to be a big reason why theaters kind of die off sooner than later, one could say. But it's like, they're never going to completely die off, one, I don't think. 2, this is just evolution, baby. You know what I mean? Like, this is just technology doing technology. You know what I mean? And sometimes we just gotta ride that fucking wave, which means, one day all of our brand new movie releases are gonna be available for a couple extra bucks, and you just click a button on your fucking TV. And even though it's gonna suck to not be able to go and have that big old $13 bucket of popcorn with you and, you know, fiddle around with some human being next to you, whatever. Anyways,
on that note, the way that they solve that is some of those shareholders and some of those CEOs take a couple less $1 million home, and instead they put that into their employees' pockets. And
weird, right?
Right? Weird. I don't know. Eat the fucking rich.
I fucking love it. Garrick, take our third story for me, my friend.
Alrighty. Oh, yes, I did see this. All right, this one's actually going to be interesting because we do the stream thing. A way for Twitch streamers to avoid DMCAs that might actually work. This is coming from Nathan Grayson at Kotaku. Despite unprecedented growth and begrudging? Begrudging mainstream acceptance, or perhaps in part because of them, Twitch's past year and change has been defined by DMCA woes. It really has. While it doesn't seem like they're going to abate anytime soon, a developer has created an intriguing workaround. Per Torrent Freak, a game developer named Peter Pequeno?
Yeah,
I don't even know. Pequeno Zero. Yeah. Madsen is working on a Twitch extension called Spotify Synchronizer. The basic idea is relatively simple. The extension, which you can download on Twitch, syncs viewers' Spotify's accounts with the streamer so that the viewers can listen to what the streamer is listening to, but via official channels instead of in secondhand. In theory, viewers hear all the same music at the same time as the streamer, but musical artists, or more accurately, Spotify and labels still get paid. Meanwhile, viewers who aren't using Spotify just hear standard game audio. What this means is, even though it's a sneaky backdoor solution to Twitch's problem de jour, it's above board. Madsen has been working with this for blah 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 blah. Dude, I can't read today.
Madsen made this happen.
Madsen made
Words
this
are
happen.
hard. Words are hard.
English is a tough language. Madsen made this happen by working within the bounds of Twitch's and Spotify's APIs. Both of which companies provide freely to developers. That said, there's some jank to it. For example, streamers have to press a force sync button if they want to switch to the different music mid-song. This was born of limitations with Spotify's APIs, but unfortunately, every bit of friction means that the bulk of streamers and viewers are less likely to use it. Also, and this should go without saying, Twitch's DMCA dilemma is kind of a monster you can't slay without cutting off countless heads. And Madsen's Twitch extension only takes aim at one or two, tops. All of which to say is that Spotify Synchronizer is a cool idea, but not a silver bullet. That said, it still represents ingenuity that arguably outstrips Twitch's own efforts, which have largely revolved around giving streamers ways to nuke their own content from orbit just to be safe. Oh, I'm struggling today.
It's all right, baby.
Dude, you're good, man. It's happened to all of us. It happens to us, man.
Except for me, I'm perfect.
Shut the fuck up.
He's a fucking liar. He's a fucking liar. You know how many times he dropped streams?
I literally fucked up twice in the intro. Anyways, continue.
It will be interesting to see if big streamers turn this extension into a Twitch mainstay, or if will ultimately fade into obscurity. Oh my god, I did it, boys. I got through it.
You got through it. I'm actually going to start off with this one. I'm very interested to see. This is not going to be anything. I think this is going to come out, it's going to flop, and because it's going to flop, that idea is going to spark the idea of someone else to actually give us something that may not flop. I think that this is a little bit too messy. The ideas there, it's just a little bit too much. It's not exactly what us streamers and content creators and stuff are looking for. And developing ideas like this, letting it fail, developing an idea based off that failure, letting that fail, so on and so forth, is the only way you get technological advances. And so I think this is a good sign that we're in the right direction. Because this DMCA shit for Twitch and TikTok and YouTube and shit is fucking bonkers, honestly. Sometimes it is real fucking dumb, especially when they first started this stuff and a massive handful of Twitch streamers got immediately banned because they all got the 3 DMCA flags immediately. And Twitch just handled it just very not okay. So it's nice to see something like this kicking off. That's kind of really the only input I have on it. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's just going to force someone else to take it to the next level.
Yeah. I just want to be able to listen to music while I'm playing video games and have people listen to the music that I like to listen to. And I want to be able to share that playlist for people to also go listen to, which in hindsight just puts money in those artists' pockets. And this is coming from somebody who is also a musician.
Yeah.
You know, we're all musicians. We're all in active bands. We are. Yep. Like, we all create music. Like, I want to be able to play my own band's music on my stream without being set up with a DMCA, you know,
well, I mean, you
or
can.
music that,
like, is your
let me put it this way, or music that I've released under a label that I can't.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So it's like, and that could, you know, like, let's say one of my newer bands gets signed. If one of those bands gets signed, I can't play my own music on stream.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I want to see the change happen. There has to be a way where they can integrate Amazon Music or Spotify or Apple and have you have the choice to set that up through your own profile. You know, that there should be a way. There should be a way. And so I'm looking forward to that actually happening.
Sure. Garrick, what are your thoughts on this, my dude?
I really like the idea. I don't feel like this particular extension's gonna go anywhere. I feel like someone's just trying to stick it to the man, and I appreciate the effort there, because Twitch swings the ban hammer with a lot of weight when it comes to DMCAs, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I think what we'll likely end up getting down the road would be something more first person officially that's kind of similar to this. Like right now, for example, Spotify has the Spotify Sessions like beta that they're doing on mobile, and if they could like create some sort of port that's similar to that, like, or like port an extension that's similar to that and put it into Twitch, like, then people would be able to listen to music at the same time and still be able to do it officially first person through Spotify, so that everybody that needs to make their money, including the artists, get to make that money.
Yeah, I don't think really there's anything else to add. We're getting there. We're in the right direction. You know what I mean? And us as musicians have some feelings on it. It's just us kind of just waiting and sitting back and seeing where it's going to go from there. In the meantime, let's move on to our hands-on segment, our second segment of the show. This is where the three of us talk about one game and one movie, or a combination of either or, and we try to sell it to each other and to you guys, the listeners and viewers at home, to potentially try to give it a shot for the entertainment that we consume. And Garrick, I want to start with you. What is one game and one show or movie that you experienced over the weekend?
Let's see. Over the weekend, I did a lot of video game playing. Honestly, you know what? I kind of played a lot of Fallout 76 this weekend with Devin, as a matter of fact. Like, that was a lot of what we did over the evenings. But it's nice. The game is still fun atmospherically and moment to moment. If you have Xbox Game Pass, this game is at the it's definitely a try. Like, you need to try it, especially if you weren't willing to spend the $60 on it initially because of its rocky launch. They have put a lot of work into it since then. They've added NPCs back. They're expanding all these things. It still kind of functions as like a Fallout 3 live service game, or a Fallout 4 live service game, excuse me. Like, that's kind of how it feels in terms of aesthetic and gameplay. Okay. But they're putting enough love into it on the back end that I still feel like it's worth a try, especially if you like that steampunk, like nuclear punk feel. And if you've played the Fallout titles before, like, give it another try. Like, the game's not dead. People play it. It's a lot of fun. It has its bugs. It's not perfect. But if you ever enjoyed any of the other Fallout games or just Bethesda games and you've got Game Pass, like, go download it. It requires nothing of you other than your time, and you might end up really, really enjoying it.
No, it was really fun. I mean, we saw somebody launch a nuke while we were playing. Yep. We came across a Scorch Beast and ran from it because those things are terrifying.
The Mothman.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good now, in all things considered. Like the gameplay, especially like the shooter mechanics, I've gotten.
I feel like they tightened it up. It feels really good.
Was it not just fucking Fallout? Is it different?
No, it's Fallout, but the core gameplay itself is like honed in. Like there's a lot of NPCs, like a lot. Like there's
so
like
much
different
more focused of a game now than it was.
Exactly.
It has it's got purpose.
Yeah, I'm going to join you on this because I want to talk about it too.
Yeah.
We were coming across crash vertibirds, which are the helicopter / plane vehicles that the Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah. So the Brotherhood of Steel are officially in the game. They wandered the wasteland. Garrick and I actually just restarted the game essentially. So we're low level. He played on PS4, right? You played on PS4. I played on Xbox. We both got to in-game content on those consoles. We were both high level, so we decided to restart on PC, and thank God we did because the game is actually beautiful on PC. It's really fun.
Runs so smooth.
Yeah. Like consoles, you get about 30 FPS on consoles, but on PC, it's how it goes. But the moment to moment's really good. Like instead of fast traveling everywhere we went, we were doing just a lot of running around. And it seemed like every 2 minutes we were running into a different group of enemies, whether it be a different faction of raiders or settlers, even though we weren't supposed to kill the settlers. We did because,
I
XP.
totally killed one on accident.
XP, but you know what I'm saying?
XP. Stopping to explore the abandoned homes and stuff. Like, dude, it's just so sick. You're like, all right, let's go like run over to this house and like scavenge everything and like don't carry too much. We got to be able to make it back to camp and like get all our scrap, dude. It's like it's intense and fun, and
especially with friends. Like,
yes,
you should definitely hop in with us, Ernell. You should definitely hop in with us, Ernell. It's still kind of quirky. The team system is kind of hard to get. It took us like 20 minutes to figure it out because for whatever reason, it just displays us. It displays us offline the whole time, and we have to find each other in the world to invite each other to a team. But it'll do if you're in the same world, you can fast travel to somebody, and then like as soon as you fast travel to them, you can create the invite or accept the invite to like be in a group, like a squad together, and you can be in a squad up to 4 people. But once you get that all figured out, it's like you just go and you play. It's Fallout. You just go explore, you kill shit, you get cool loot. One thing that was really fun is the other night they put in these treasure hunter mole men, and for whatever reason we got really lucky and we like came across a town that had like 4 of them. So Garrick and I instantly started off with a bunch of legendary gear that give us a bunch of perks. Like we both have a piece of armor. When you crouch down, it turns you completely invisible, like using a stealth boy. Yeah. And so like
that on it. It's so
exactly.
Sick. Like,
and we run around with hunting rifles, so we're running around stealthing and just
like sniping folks.
Yeah, just sniping, getting that sneak damage increase. But yeah, it was really fun. So sorry for butting in on that, but I love Fallout.
It's a great it's seriously a great game.
I love Fallout. Like you know what I'm saying?
I hate
so
Garrett, continue.
All right. Well, I think Devin and I pretty much covered it. Like you guys. Like, if you've got Xbox Game Pass, Fallout 76, go install it. Like, it's worth your time.
Yep.
Despite the quirks. As far as movies go, I actually kind of watched an older movie over the weekend, a Disney movie called, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's called John Carter.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, no.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. Now I get to try to sell it to you guys. So this movie...
This is Zac Efron, right? Or, no, who was it? Who was it?
Channing Tatum.
Okay. I'm spacing his name. Taylor Kitsch.
There we go.
Taylor Kitsch.
Cool.
Wait, is he the guy that was the werewolf in Twilight?
No, that's
Taylor Lautner.
That's Taylor Lautner.
I mean, it shows you how much I know.
I'm so glad he doesn't do this anymore. Continue, Garrick. Continue.
So it's a Disney film, and it was meant to be the start of a franchise, but you can kind of tell if you watch it the way it was set up. But it's got this really, really weird cast. Like, it's got Taylor Kitsch in it, and Alex Strong, and Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe?
And, dude, yeah, Willem Dafoe. And, like, yeah, Willem Dafoe plays, like, the leader of, like, the natives of Mars, and they're, like, big alien, like, tall, four-armed alien people.
Wait, this is a sci-fi movie?
Hold on, I'm getting into it. I don't wanna, like,
let him sell it. Let him sell it.
It starts out as like a Western era like film, and it basically goes into like a sci-fi. Like, I won't explain the details in case you do feel like watching it, but basically the main character, who I'm spacing his name, we'll call him Virginia because that's what he gets called in the movie. Virginia. John Carter. Literally, it's in the title.
Virgin.
So John Carter, literally, he gets transported to Mars. And on Mars, he's got like less dense bones, so he has like super strength and he can jump really far. So he's like superhuman to the red people of Mars and the natives of Mars, called Tarks, I believe.
I don't like that weird insinuation that they put in there.
I don't like.
They're called the red people. That's a weird.
No. That is they are literally called the red people. Like, okay. And in the film, that's like they literally address them as the red people on Mars. And in the film, everybody in the movie had like legitimately red tinted skin.
Okay.
Like, it was literal. Like, I mean, like, so the natives of Mars are like the alien people, and like they're like, you can tell they have some sort of like Native American undertones, and like because they're like they're tribal. They're like a tribal people.
Okay.
But the red people of Mars like literally are like, they're like humans with like red tinted skin. And I don't know how they did it, if it was a visual effect, but everybody, like, if they're a red person, like, they legitimately have like red tinted skin.
So what you're saying is that this movie's potentially got some racist undertones, is what you're saying.
So it possibly. So this was. I don't want to say because I never realized that if it was, it's on accident, and I never realized that intensely. So it's a sci-fi film based off of a book originally written by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Okay,
I don't know who that is.
So he's got a lot of books.
He does. He does.
Yeah. And he's like a very well documented science fiction author. But he was definitely an of his period author, I believe. Which means he said not such nice things. But this was a Disney movie, so it's kind of like a sci-fi action flick. Yeah, I know. We're not going to talk about it. I feel like I dug myself into a hole with this film, and now I'm digging myself back up. But so basically, he gets transported to Mars, and I told you about the people. We won't go over that again. And Mars as a planet is dying, and there's some like nefarious forces at work that basically act as like the messengers of like the Mars of God. And it goes into like this big huge thing about how like the gods aren't necessarily gods, like they're just like technologically advanced human beings sort of thing. And it's just like it's just a good action, like a good sci-fi action flick. It's very resolute in its ending, and I really enjoyed it from start to finish. It's like it kind of has like Hancock vibes in terms of like its plot pacing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so it very much feels like this guy was just like, I'm not here to be your guys' hero. I just want to like go back home and to Virginia and like get my gold that I left in this cave and like never see you guys again. Like, I'm not here to save your planet. Fuck that. Like, that's this dude's attitude. Basically, like, it's very like reluctant. He's like, I'm not here for it. Like, I'm not here to be your guys' hero. And then he kind of has like the change of heart, and like it's like, you know, he character progression and things. But it's called John Carter. It's literally based off of the series called The Prince, like a book series. If you're interested in reading the source material, called A Princess from Mars, and like they're classic sci-fi novels. The movie was like it was a box office flop. Like, it really was. But for some reason, I absolutely love it.
I mean, yeah. I'm willing to give it a try. I'm like curious of watching it so I can see if it does have racist undertones. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like legitimately curious on it, because that could be like a big part of the reason why it was a box office flop.
Could be.
I mean, like,
I feel like it was presented that way only because like they literally only like the red people thing. I think it's literally mentioned like twice.
So like that term in itself, though.
Well,
like,
no, I get that.
Can I speak 100%. On this? Can I speak on this for a second? Only because, like, you know, like as I was talking to Vandal in chat, yes, I am extremely white passing, but a big portion of my father's side of my family is all native. Like literally almost everybody. Like family lives on res, everything, Sioux City, like it. So like it sounds like there's a lot of undertones from when it was originally written that were racist intent. And I understand it's a Disney movie, but looking back, Disney actually has a history of a lot of racism as well. And it actually still kind of plays into the modern era, though they have gotten better. It's still it's still relevant and it's still there. Yeah, and I'm not trying to like discredit, you know, your review of the movie or anything. It's just, you know, I hate to say it like this, but just like the couple phrasings like red people and native, like in that context, it sounds very triggering in that way.
Now
you know what I mean?
Here's the deal. Okay, so I can not to be devil's advocate, because I don't play devil's advocate for racist shit, but I can see the context in which that they're a humanoid race that lives on Mars, and Mars is a red planet. I can see the connotation there.
Which is what I think they implied, but like I don't know, if you guys watch it and you perceive something different, let me know, because I never perceived it that way. So I'm curious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Well, and I don't mean that you perceived it that way or that you explained it meaning that way or anything. I just want to throw that context out there. Like that's in no reflection of you as a person at all. It's just it was just those couple like things, and again, I'm not one to be upset, because again, I am extremely white passing. Like nobody would just, you know, it's like the thing I get is when, you know, I tell people native, they're like, oh yeah, you're just fucking probably Cherokee and you're, you know, 1/16th, 1/32nd, whatever you are, you know, people will be like, oh, everybody is. It's like, no, it's like I look like this because my mom's side of my family is extremely European, like to a T. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm interested in the sense of sci-fi, and like Vandal said, he said it's a chain breaker story, which is always a very positive thing. Do I have the time to watch it?
It is a chain breaker story.
I don't know. But yes, continue. I'm sorry. It's just a couple things.
The input that I wanted to say is that
these perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I was gonna say is like, you know, there's you as a white guy, Garrick, have
white as it gets, dude, as white as it gets.
Yeah. You don't have any like serious like moral forethought on things like that, so it's like it's not going to come across to you right away until it's like brought to your recognition. So it's like, even though me and Devin are saying that like, whoa, like that sounds like a little bit weird, there is also the complete chance that was just circumstantial. You just so happened to say in the same sentence the native people of this planet, they're called the red people, and so it's like, you know, like so on and so forth. It could have just been coincidental.
Well,
not a
so there was deal, right? But just for clarification's sake, there are the red people and then there are the native people. They're not the same.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's like I can see where like it just was a coincidence of like where the sentences lined up, which is totally fine. Now, granted,
okay.
Just I think me and Devin's concern was the fact that they at all called them red people. And
definitely.
And the only defense I can see is because they live on Mars, they are considered red because Mars is red, right? And well, that's obviously a very loose, like dumb excuse to give them for something like that. However, I'm glad that we have conversations like this, because this is half of like what we do here at Good Kraken is talk about sociodynamics and talk about geology and stuff. And so it's good for us to be able to have moments like this where we're like, yo, what the fuck? Like out of nowhere to like bring it to the attention to our viewers. So with that said, content warning, if there are racist undertones of this John Carter movie, please be warned that is not the reason we're trying to sell it. We're trying to sell it because it is a fun sci-fi Disney movie. So with that said,
fuck racism.
Fuck racism. Thank you. Yes, fuck racism.
The 1%.
Fuck racism.
And fuck those movie theater owners.
Fuck the rich. Yeah, fuck those movie theater owners. Yeah. Devin, what is the movie you want to talk about or show?
So I don't have a movie to talk about, but I do have a Netflix original show, and this is a Godzilla anime called Godzilla Singular Point. This is based in a time after Shin Godzilla, after Godzilla, or the supposed kaiju Godzilla, has been taken out. Supposed. But it's really cool. Just like Gundam Hathaway, what I talked about was it a week or so ago, it gives a more human perspective versus rampage, monsters, destroy everything, we're gonna fight and then we're gonna team up to fight a robot monster. You know what I mean? It gave a very human perspective. It's got really good character building. It is an anime, and it pulls in a lot of creatures and monsters from the old school movies that we grew up on. I'm only 3 episodes in right now, but I can tell that it's building up to a really big climactic event. It's kind of talking about like a 4th dimension and stuff like that, which is really cool because I love conspiracies on 4th dimensions, you know, like
a la Pacific Rim.
In a sense, where Pacific Rim got a lot of its influence actually out of Gundam and Godzilla. They essentially just combined it both together.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is based on like very old Godzilla stories that kind of have been forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's was the intent of Shin Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're at Singular Point, and it's really good. I actually, like I said, the character building's really good. There's a half dozen, at least so far where I'm at, there's a half dozen main characters that they've introduced, and they all live like separate lives and have like separate jobs, whether they be scientists, paranormal investigators, part of a military, whatever. And it shows how their lives intertwine. They're also, those scientists are trying to develop a robot, of course, to fight giant monsters, because this is in the aftermath of a kaiju falling and stuff like that. I like it a lot, and I think people should definitely give it a try. It's on Netflix. I want to say it has 8 episodes, and I'm 3 in, but this came out back in, I want to say it came out in April, May. Came out around then originally.
Okay.
And I just haven't given it the time until recently. But it is really, really good. It's a really good follow-up to those 3 animated Godzilla movies that we got over the last couple years as well. So I definitely give it a recommendation. Like Garrick said, I played a lot of Fallout 76. I think over the weekend we probably put in 6 hours. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, 6 or 7. We played for a minute.
Yeah. Guys, the game is good now. It's what it should have been at launch, but it's good. It's good.
So
one thing I want to talk about that just came out today is a game from Devolver called Death's Door. Holy crap. This game is good, guys. This game, did you guys ever play like Legend of Zelda, like A Link to the Past, or like Oracle of Seasons, or anything? Did you guys?
I've played all of them.
Yeah, of course.
Guys, it is straight up like that play, Zelda Four Swords on GameCube.
For sure.
It is.
For the listeners and viewers at home, what is Death's Door?
So Death's Door is a game where you play as a crow. The crow these crows, they take place as Grim Reapers. So your job is to go out and reap souls of creatures that are essentially have lived their whole lives, right? Once you go reap your very first encounter is a boss fight. So you get sent on this mission. You get told before you get sent on this mission that a door open to a realm. While that door is open, you become a mortal crow. You are no longer unmortal. So until you reap that soul, you are mortal, so you can die. So there's a little bit of a cost leverage there. So it's not like you're an immortal spirit being where you can go out and just, collect souls and bring people and creatures to the afterlife. You have to follow through with this, or else your life is on the line, essentially. You will not exist if you fail at your job, essentially. So you go out.
This game's like a top-down isometric sort of thing, or
it's isometrical. It's very hack and slashy. You start the game with a sword and a bow and arrow. Of course, you get 4 charges on your arrows. And once they deplete all the way, they do recharge after a certain amount of time. I think it was like 30 seconds or something like that. So you get sent out to take out a big spirit, which is a demonic forest spirit that is just lived out its life way too long. And it's your job to go balance this forest and reap that soul and bring it to the afterlife, right? Upon completing this battle, you get ambushed through another doorway that opens by another creature. And right before you can take that soul and send it to the afterlife, it doesn't kill you. It just knocks you the fuck out. So you come to, there's a bunch of little forest spirits. They kind of wake you up, and you come to, and you're like, oh, my job isn't done. So you go through the doorway that creature came through. And then you get sent to a cemetery. And then this is when you start encountering all different kinds of enemies. There's like flying enemies. There's enemies that are kind of like roly-poly, where they wear like a shield on their back and they just like charge you. And it's very systematic, where you have to learn the moves of these enemies. Kind of similar to like Dark Souls, where you learn the move,
learn their attack patterns, and then
exactly. And you have to find the opening, because you only have, if you get hit 4 times, you die. You only have 4 HP.
Is it like a heart system?
Essentially. Think of it as, like 4 hits, And to my knowledge, I don't think that upgrades at all throughout the game. So you have to manage your health and stuff like that and not get hit. So it's very crucial when you're in long boss fights to not get hit. And I'll get on that a little bit later. But the art style, it's so gloomy, but so like uplifting at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, it's very, like, the game itself is desolate in the sense of like, it feels like everything is morbid and kind of dead, but the way that they colorize everything and the way that they design like creatures and monsters and stuff like that, they all have like a little touch of like cutesy vibes, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like charmingly bleak.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. Thank you, Garrick. But the gameplay, the moment to moment, is really fun. There's a lot of puzzles. You have to take out certain enemies. You have to gather keys. There's ladders that you have to drop down, and it has a Metrovania feel. Like, you keep doing loops around the map and unlocking different rooms and different areas. And then so one kind of hack I found out is like, when you unlock all these areas and you can kind of backtrack and stuff like that, you can go back to the beginning of the world, if that makes any sense. Like the like kind of the place where all the crows and the reapers come from. You can go back to that area, and when you go back
like that
there,
Dark Souls sort of like map loop.
Exactly. Yep. And when you get back to this area, your health actually goes full. Now, when you go back through the doorway, all the enemies that you killed, they're all resurrected. So it's, in that sense, resting at the fire, or if you play Jedi Fallen Order, when you meditate to get your health back, all the enemies come back. So it has that same kind of mechanic. Now, when I got to my second boss fight, it was a Kingdom Hearts ass fucking castle. Like Kingdom Hearts 2 straight up. You know the castle from like Kingdom Hearts 2 that you get to at the end of the game? Like the towers and the points and everything? Looking at you, Ernell. That's just looking very angrily at the camera. It introduces a whole new gameplay because it starts doing a lot of like distance move attacks. There's a lot of it uses like a laser beam that moves throughout the map, so you have to do like a lot of dodge rolling and jumping around and kind of gliding and stuff like that. And it's very systematic in the sense where you have to find your opening to hit the enemy and everything like that. I've only played it for maybe an hour and a half, but I love this game already. I love it. Like it's gotten 9s out of 10s throughout the board from so many reviewers and companies, and they could not be more right about this game. This is a contender for Game of the Year, and I can't wait to finish this game. I'm starting to get the feel that every creature you see on the cover for this game, you know, the promotional image that they've been putting around, they're all bosses inherently. I'm really here for it. It's really fun. You got to think about how you play it, because during that boss fight, I got down to that last hit and my screen would like flash red every now and then. Exactly. It was very stressful. I was like, God damn it. If I don't beat this right now, Ernell is going to give me so much shit. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, like the game's just sounds like Hollow Knight slapped on Zelda. So
dude, I'm so excited to play.
It sounds tight. Yeah. That sounds super tight to me.
Yeah. It's really fun. I enjoyed the time, and I want to say this: the music is impressive. Like the way that they score all the cues, like when you get into an intense fight where there's all these doorways opening up around you, like these portals, and all these different enemies start coming at you, and you're really running around the map just finding your chance to hit them. One thing I can say actually that I thought was really cool is like, so some of these enemies charge and like they do the rolling and all that stuff like that. You can find a way where you can kind of cattle like enemies to certain areas, and when you see enemies that are like charging or doing attacks, the enemies can actually hurt each other too. So you can use that to your advantage when you're getting mobbed, is you can make the enemies hurt themselves, which is what I actually did to get out of a really hairy situation, because I was getting chased by like 6 different enemies at the same time, while there was like 3 of those roly-poly guys going back and forth on the map. So it definitely worked to my advantage. And I just want to say that this game was made by only 2 developers. They did all the art, they did all the mechanics, they did all the coding by themselves, and the story. Of course, they outsource, music, because I can get it. Music can be hard, but it's a very impressive game. With it being an Xbox console exclusive and being only on Xbox and PC right now, I'm actually surprised that it didn't make it to Game Pass. But I do want to let everybody know, from what I've played so far, it is totally worth $20. It's probably worth more than that, but the entry to play this game with all of its content that's released so far is only $20. That's it. So well worth the buy. Definitely get into it. Hopefully I can beat the game by this Saturday so I can give you guys a more in-depth review on this. If not, catch me reviewing this next Tuesday. So
cool. Well, I don't really have too much time to be able to talk about very much that I experienced, because we're already half an hour late. But what I will say is I watched Gunpowder Milkshake last week, and it is literally Kill Bill and John Wick smashed into one movie. I had a friend on Twitter that was talking about it.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yes. So I the way I explained it is that it feels like the director for Kill Bill and the writer for John Wick both both said that's it at the same exact time, and then made a movie together. So yeah, it's essentially that. It's not bad. It's just got the weirdness and campiness of Kill Bill, which is the part that I don't like, because I'm not crazy fond of the Kill Bill series. And then has all the dope action set pieces of John Wick. So that and what's her face? Nebula is the main character in this movie.
Karen Gillian.
Yeah, and she looking good. Anyways, my second one is actually the one that I want to talk about a little bit more. Gentlemen at home, ladies at home, I would like to make an announcement, okay? I have a new 2021 favorite movie of the year so far. Okay. I finally watched Nobody.
I've been wanting to watch this movie.
I cannot fucking believe I allowed myself to miss this movie for 4 months. I cannot believe I allowed myself to watch this fucking movie for 4 months. Are you fucking kidding me? Like Steve Odekirk, okay, playing in an action role, I never, ever thought would fucking happen, all right? So for listeners and viewers at home, okay, Nobody is a movie starring Steve Odekirk from Breaking Bad.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul. Is as a very average Joe who has his family gets robbed, gets a home break-in, and these two robbers are trying to rob their family, and his son ends up attacking the robbers, and in a moment in which said average Joe can go and attack the robbers with a golf club, he decides not to. And your immediate reaction is, why the fuck would you not do that, right? Well, come to find out, very Mr. Average Joe Nobody actually used to be somebody. And it just completely flips turn about 20 minutes into the movie where you start finding out some shit. For fuck's sake, the choreography in this is so sick. The story buildup is so dope. It has everything good about John Wick, and all the originality of just being a new, fresh, like, take on a movie like that in all the best ways. I fucking loved it. By fucking God, I'm gonna watch it again because I love it so damn much. I absolutely fucking loved it.
I'm watching it tonight now.
Yes, for fuck's sake.
That was actually my second pick. That was my runner-up for 2021 movie of the year. That movie fucking rules.
Oh my God, it's so good. And I watched it last night. It's out fucking standing. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play very many video games over the weekend because I've had a lot of weird family stuff going on, so I didn't really have a lot of time. I was supposed to play Lost at Sea, didn't get a chance to. I will be following up with the guys back on that. So now we got to zoom through our last headlining segment here a little bit quicker because we're already at the half-hour pass mark. So this part tonight, we're talking about some of the video game franchises that we want to see make a comeback. Parameters! It cannot be a game that is already being talked about for a reboot or remake.
Fuck!
Ha! Fuck you, Garrick. And funny enough, Garrick, I was going to have you go first. Do you need to go second?
I need a minute.
Go first, Ernell. Go first,
all right. I'm going to go first. Here. We're going to do one, take turns, go around in a circle just as per usual, okay? My first choice for a video game franchise I need to see make a comeback is Chrono Cross from PlayStation 1.
Oh, good choice.
Because Chrono Trigger was gem. Chrono Cross, not quite as much of a gem as Chrono Trigger, but I loved it more, and I need a follow-up to the Chrono series, okay? I need that universe back in my fucking life again. I think it would be just fantastic in the realm of JRPGs that we have available to us now. It can only fucking get better. Devin, go!
All right, I have a really good one. This is coming straight from when they were called Squaresoft. I'm going to go with Parasite Eve, which was the Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy mashup.
You are so lucky because there are rumors. There's only rumors that this is being worked on.
I looked that up, but there's nothing even with a slight glimmer of hope confirmed. because we were talking about Legend of Dragoon earlier, and that was another one of ours. I know that both you and I are stoked about the rumors that maybe Blue Point might be working on that game. But yeah, I want Parasite Eve. I want to use gunblades, and I want to kill zombies and crazy distorted monsters again. You know what I'm saying? Like that game was literally a hidden gem that didn't get the attention that it actually deserved. It came out around the same time that Silent Hill and Resident Evil were introduced to the world, and this was Square's take on a horror JRPG. And it was great. We got Parasite Eve and Parasite Eve 2. We had 2 editions, and then it's been like over 20 years since that's happened. But that is going to be my first pick.
I'll do you one extra, and I'll say I want it directed by Hideo Kojima. Garrick, go.
Yo.
Ooh, dude, I think I would love to see a return of the Turok franchise.
Ooh.
Wasn't there a return though?
They remastered the original game, I think, for the PlayStation 4, but I mean, like, I'm talking, so I want to see a sequel to Turok Evolution, because Turok Evolution was the best one. And like, I literally just want like that crazy chaotic energy that game brought with all the ridiculous enemies and like all the, you know, and the weapons. Oh my Lanta, all the weapons. Dude, I have vivid memories of playing Turok Evolution on GameCube with my little brother. And we would literally just input all the fucking cheat codes known to man, go to the little treehouse map they had for like multiplayer or like couch co-op, and we would just like hunt dinosaurs for like 4 hours, bro. Like literally just not even playing the game it was meant to be played. Like, I just have such strong, fun memories of that franchise, and like just progressing through the levels as a kid, and just the ridiculousness of like fighting alien dinosaur people. Like, it just, I miss it, and I want it in my life again.
On that, there is a spiritual successor to the Turok series on Game Pass right now called Second Extinction.
Yeah, that's
where
not
it
the
is
fucking same. That's not the fucking same.
No. Listen to me. I've played this game. I've actually played this game. It is fun. It is a 4-player co-op game where you are on a planet trying to explore the planet, and there are alien dinosaurs that you get to kill, and it's crazy, and there's big hordes. It's Left 4 Dead style Turok. It's really fun.
Please don't get him. He talked about this game for like 2 fucking weeks. God damn it. He was like, God, I fucking love this game. And I was like, man, I gotta play this game. And I never did.
Just try it, Garrick. If you love Turok, just try it. Okay.
All right.
It's on Game Pass.
So my second game that I'm going for here, boys, okay, and I don't know if you guys played this or not, because it was a little bit of a specific type of game, but the game that I need to come back in a real fucking way is The Bouncer.
I don't know what that is.
No? Okay, there we go. So, The Bouncer.
Is this like PG-13 Hitman?
No.
Or is it like Bully?
No, The Bouncer was a Japanese take on a beat 'em up game. So if you might actually recognize it if you look up the cover. So The Bouncer game from Squaresoft back from 2000. And this game was one of the most fun beat 'em ups. It was one of the very first 3D beat 'em ups that ever came out. And I remember that this story was one of my first experiences into a really weird, quirky JRPG that was not directly from like a JRPG, you know? Because this is one of, at the time, it's like you got Japanese anime stories from JRPGs. You rarely got them from beat 'em up games. You rarely got them from other real genres. And so this one was kind of the first one. This game was so much fucking fun. I need it back. I need it back so bad. Devin, go ahead.
Before I do my second one, I searched it in the 4th video on YouTube, The Bouncer, the worst Squaresoft game ever.
Fuck that, dude. It was so much fun. I need it.
So you're standing for it?
I'm gonna come out here following up on Garrick's lead, and I thought really long and hard about this, and I was thinking about how Resident Evil 8 has been my game of the year until I finished Death's Door. Give me some Dino Crisis, please. Some Dino Crisis.
You did Parasite Eve and Dino Crisis back to
yeah.
back. Wow, I mean, you're in a real weird survival horror take.
I mean, I play DayZ. I love Resident Evil. We're playing Fallout 76. Like,
now here's the deal,
though.
I'm pretty sure Dino Crisis is getting worked on.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I have not seen anything about that.
Yeah, here, let me.
I'm just like skimming through my childhood, and just thinking about games that I played.
Like, which ones that are
still relevant.
Because last summer they were working on one and it got shut down. But then there was talk about a spiritual successor that came out earlier this year. And then
Second Extinction.
No, fucking Christ, no. And so there's rumors that there's a studio that is a so it was the whole rummage about Capcom.
It was shut down officially. It has been shut down by Capcom.
That was from last year. So that
June 2020.
Yeah, so 2020. That was from last year. There was, I think, a month and a half ago, there was talk about Capcom working with a company that had teased out that they're working with Capcom for a quote unquote very large title that has not been worked on for a really long time, and there is a lot of speculation that that's Dino Crisis.
Wasn't that the same one that they said could also be Resident Evil though, as well? I mean, not Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
Yeah, they were talking about that at first, but it's like there's way less of a chance of that happening.
You want to know where the next Silent Hill game's gonna live? In your fucking imagination, rent free.
Actually, it's gonna live on Xbox Game Pass, directed by Hideo Kojima, and it's gonna be an Xbox exclusive.
Well, actually, it's going to be living on a trailer on a website that's actually never going to come out, because the company that is supposedly supposed to be doing this new Silent Hill is trying to release their trailer and keeps delaying the trailer to release the announcement of the game they're supposed to announce that's supposed to be Silent Hill!
Never going to happen.
Ernell, me too.
Garrick, go ahead, my friend.
Def Jam.
Oh shit.
Bro,
oh shit. Let me get another Def Jam vendetta. Let me get another Def Jam. Oh my god.
Oh
Def
my god.
Jam was the most underrated fighting game ever.
I played that shit on GameCube, dude.
Yeah.
Def Jam Fight for New York on GameCube was my shit. Oh my god.
Let's go,
I want to see
dude.
another one of the dude. They teased some sort of bullshit on Twitter last year, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, a new Def Jam game!" And then they were just like, "Nah, it's gonna be for some whack like little promo event with some random rapper." And I was like, "This isn't what I wanted, and I hate you now."
Yeah. No, I feel
dude,
it.
It was just so over the top. And like, what other like? They're like, "Oh, what'd you do today?" They're like, "I beat everybody's ass as 50 Cent. That's what I did today."
that's a good the way to fill out your planner for beat ass as 50 Cent. That's incredible.
Yeah, dude.
So I had to think on my last one here, okay? And I thought a while about it, and I've talked about it, and I've decided on two things. Okay, I have to do this third one as a draw, because I can't decide which one of these games we need back more. Okay, I'm only gonna speak on one of them. Really, my first one is I need Bloody Roar to make a comeback, because that was one of my favorite fighting games as a kid. You're telling me I can be a biker who turns into a wolf? Are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking tight. I can be a weird goony alleyway guy who turns into a giant chameleon. That's fucking sick. I'm so down for that. I need that back in my life. But More so, what I need, and this is gonna be weird, I need a continuation of Patapon. And I refuse to allow Patapon to stop being made because they made Patapon 3, the PSP Vita got fucking shut down, whatever. They stopped making games for the PS Vita, and I need more fucking Patapon in my life. I don't want to keep replaying the first 2 fucking games. I need more Patapon. God damn it. I need more Patapon. Patapon. All right, for anyone who has played that game, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've never played it. I know it's like a strategy rhythm game, right?
Yeah.
With like a really quirky, cute sort of art style.
They're like little like village people.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be like a god that like is playing like different bongo drums, and each bongo drum makes it like a different beat, and that's the 4 buttons on your controller. And so like triangle is like the daka like drum that goes daka when you hit it, and then pata is square, and then pone
Donkey
is circle,
Konga?
and then chaka is X. And so you have to do like a rhythm, pata pon, and like hit it on time. And if you do it consecutively enough times, you go into fever mode where they're all like fever, like the like rhythms starts getting all jivey and tight.
Wait.
I need more of that.
They go.
That sounds ridiculous.
They go ooh.
Oh God, fucking damn it! Why do I do this show? Devin, go. What's your last pick for games we need to come back?
Just like you, I have 2 that are in the running. They are nostalgic. I grew up on these things. And the first one I'm going to speak on, this is one that I know that a lot of people really want, but nothing's been confirmed. There's no rumors, but everybody is asking for this. I need me a continuation in the Jak and Daxter series. Because
there's just no way
those games were
that. Yeah.
Those games are fucking fantastic.
They're so good.
And it's been about 13 years since we got the last entry. And
Right.
I grew up on those games, and the first one was really fun. It was kind of like, it's like, oh, this is kind of like Crash Bandicoot, it's like, but more open world in the sense. And then they came out with Jak 2, and they're like, hey, guys, this is fucking Grand Theft Auto now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jak 2 was one of my favorites of the series. That one was fucking hype.
It's fantastic. And Jak 3, when you get to go to the desert and everything, and you get to customize the racers, and that was such a good game. Such a good game. But one game I want to talk about that needs a comeback, in my opinion. I need a new Rock Band, man. I want Rock Band to come back.
Really?
With the way that yeah.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah. I was like, I was even gonna be like, I'm probably the only one that wants this, but I want another Rock Band game.
I want Rock Band, man. I had so much fun playing those games, like in a social setting, like with friends. Like, man, I used to be able to hit those 5 buttons like no other. Just
dude. So I like it because I can't fucking play an instrument, and and all I can do is sing. So it allows me to do other stuff. I love it. Like,
so good.
It's just a fun feeling.
Here's the thing: you can sing though, which means you're a lot better than me at singing in that game. You know what I'm saying?
I stayed away from the singing part. My one is always drums. The drums.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was gonna say though, is the drums in that game was actually fantastic. It actually helped people learn how to play drums because the layout was very similar to like an electric drum kit, and you could actually add to it. You want to know a really funny backstory about those Rock Band electric drum kits? My boy Logan, he used to record people all the time out of his house. And to get demo takes down, those Rock Band drum sets were USB. He plugged it in to his computer and mapped the drum samples on those to record demo drums for drummers, so they could actually do what they were saying.
Why not?
But,
innovation.
Exactly, and like that game was fun. the soundtracks were actually great, and all the DLC that they added, they're like, oh wait, metalcore and hardcore is actually really big. Let's put all this music in the game now. Let's not just play Weezer 5 times in the same sitting. You know what I'm saying?
I still have a complete setup for Rock Band 4.
I fucking envy you. I lost all my Guitar Hero and Rock Band stuff, but anyways, I want a new Rock Band. I want to be able to go spend $300 on the whole setup, and I want to plug it into my PC or to my TV, and I want to have friends over, and I just want to spend hours playing that game, and it's just a very, very fun social game.
Yep. Garrick, right. This is your pick too. What thoughts do you have on it?
Dude, I just wanted it. Like, I just remember having really fond memories of like having like family and friends over, and just like I really miss the glory age of like couch co-op, and I felt like that Rock Band was like peak co-op gameplay before online stuff happened, and I just miss it, man. Like, it's almost 100% for nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, I found some of my favorite bands out of Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Dude, same.
Band, like not even hardcore or like metalcore, like just like bands like Interpol and stuff like that. It's just like All right. It's probably not going to happen, but I need it.
Last thing. Honorable mention. You have to think of it off the top of your head. No explanation. Garrick, first thing that comes to mind.
Prototype.
Yo, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, yo. Okay. Devin.
Okay, this is off of the top of my head, but I need another Lord of the Rings, the Third Age style game.
That game's fucking ruled.
Yeah. I never beat it, but I played the shit out of it. Actually, I got a better one because he said ninja and Tango said ninja in chat, and it kind of triggered me. Onimusha.
I have a hard time with Onimusha, okay, because like they keep, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into it. They keep giving us spiritual successors. I just wish they would just give us a fucking
respect
Onimusha.
The choice.
Like, yeah, it's the issue is that that's basically Neo, and like, it's not quite the same. I wish they would just commit to an Onimusha, but yeah. So big agree, Devin. Big agree. Mine is gonna have to be. I'm torn on a few. Here. Okay. So the big question is, do we need a multiplayer, a single player story experience, or
single player?
Single player.
Let me give you the third one. Jesus Christ.
Single player. Fuck RTS.
We're here for the story about it. There's enough multiplayer games in the world.
Exactly. My thoughts. I love them, but yeah.
I see you. I want to see a comeback for Dante's Inferno, and I'm not going to explain why, because this has been the Good Kraken podcast.
Love that shit is so good.
I know, it was so dope. It's a God of War fucking copyright. I know. Just God of War copy, but it was so dope. I don't know how they would make a continuation of it, because not even Dante's Inferno, the book, goes past that really, so who fucking knows? But until next time, this has been the Good Kraken Podcast, a show for nerdy, marginalized peoples, giving you the video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. right here at twitch.tv/GoodKrakenShow. If you enjoyed the show, this absolute chaotic monstrosity of a show that we had tonight, you can support us by subscribing below, going to our YouTube channel, by clicking the link in the About section of our Twitch stream, channel right down below there, and clicking that bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. But until next time, be good to each other, and please, please, can we fucking get that goddamn Dante's Inferno? Let me just get that gun.
Well, bye.
Just ooh woo one more time. I fucking hate you. I hate you.